I'm back on this BSA A65 engine, and the jigsaw engine went home completed. That's gone. This is the one, the whole bike came in, just to have carburetors checked and balanced and the ignition timing checked and set up, and I found it vibrated rather a lot, and we had a crack in the cylinder barrels and all that's history, and I ended up taking the whole thing to pieces. And I've got to the point now. This is the one where we've got the Ford 5000 tractor small end bush, used as a timing side bush, and the cranks journals have been reground, and there's a really good fit in there, and I've trial assembled it with the drive side main bearing in place, and the crank spins freely and smoothly. I think we've all seen that already, but I got my crankshaft shims and shim cup set here ready, and I already know that I only need to take up 18 thousandths of an inch of crank end float that I've got, because I've already checked that. Unfortunately, this reproduction shim cup that I've got, because apparently finding original shim cups, they're like rocking horse poo apparently. No one seems to have them, so these reproduction ones have been made, but unfortunately that's about 45 thousandths of an inch thick on its own before you even think about adding shims. So it is already over twice the thickness that I want to take up, so I can't use that. So the shims alone can't be used because they'd be such a big sort of rattling fit on the crank. That wouldn't be a very good idea. So I've ordered some smaller diameter, inside diameter shims, which will be a closer fit here. Not ideal, but the inner race of the drive side bearing will be clamped tight up to the shims and the face of the crank, so once the alternator nut is done up in the end. So I'm going to try and go with that option. The whole idea of the shim cup is to keep the shims away from chattering against the drive side journal, but I'm hoping that with closer fitting ones clamped tightly, we should really be alright with those. So I've got various thicknesses of shims coming. I've just looked online and ordered some, so I've got them on the way. We got the welding's all been done, and I've trial fitted the cases, and everything fits and works fine. It's not a problem. There's no wonkiness on this either, so I'm happy with that. And I'm just going to deal with, this is the cylinder base stud that was sort of plastic metalled in, and there's absolutely no thread left in there. Also, I'm going to hopefully helicoil that, ready to accept a new stud. And then in a couple of days time, when the shims hopefully arrive, we might actually be able to put the crankcases of this one together and have a bottom end ready to go at the very least. And then I can consider my options about some cylinder barrels and see where I might get the best sort of set of used or whatever barrels. I didn't want to have too much on the go at once. Get this bottom end together first, and then get some cylinder barrels sorted out. I know that a few places have got them available, so they won't be a problem, and then we might finally be able to put this engine back together and put it in the bike before too long.